I'm a man in Ireland, and right now I'm disgusted. Not just at what happened in the last few days, but the way in which we've made it okay to stay in an injustice where simply being a woman means you cannot trust us. I look on the same stars as my wife, but what jars most is that far below my life and hers are worlds apart. What have we missed? Why are my keys not clenched firmly in my fists? It's safe to say I've never sent a text to say I got home safe. Then why the chain around her neck? The strain of this wreck that we have created. I hate it. Why can I go out and not be shouted at? Taunts that haunt, or whistles, those cursed blisters of the mouth. Listen, I've heard of sticks and stones and bones, but names that shame and lay the blame can do the very same, or worse. You see, I have a daughter. In fact, I've 3, and for each I would go through fire and water. But I see already the deadly seeds in young boys and the ease at which their jeers bring forth tears. And why? Because they're stronger? But that's wrong. And how much longer do we feed into that hunger, snooze on the abuse, and just use it as an excuse or a reason that simply seems to season mongrels? We have to listen to the cries and not just dismiss it as white noise, because little girls deserve the same as little boys. It has to stop. The penny drop, or whatever road to Damascus you choose to use, but it has to stop. 242 women since 1996 dying at the hands of men, and statistics can be twisted, and that one stinks, but then again there's more to say, because those are just the ones who didn't get away. It's rotten, and it's rotten to the core, a pandemic endemic to our shores, and worst of all, there will be more. Our little green isle, famous for its smiles and its 1,000 welcomes, but we're standing idly by on the sides and watching as hell comes and walks among us. And I hear all men exclaim, but all men are not the same. We know that. But don't absolve yourselves of blame. Raise your hand if you've never raised your hand to a woman. Raise your hand if you've laughed at the expense of a woman. And they may not be the same, but in time they blur the lines and they find themselves mined into both sides of the same coin. We have a problem. We are the problem. Let's solve it. Surely we've evolved enough to not let another murder dissolve into yesterday's news, where do's and don'ts and wills and won'ts are spoken of, but the circle spins unbroken on and on and on. Protect your daughter. No. Educate your son. She went for a run. We are the ones that, while this blue dot goes round the sun, can change it for once and for all. Our one shot. Let's take it, and for the sake of mankind, let's make it. Does a woman die, or is she killed? Are we asking this still? When you're shot, are you killed by the bullet or the fingers on the trigger that pull it? I don't know what to make of this or what you'll take from this, and I struggled on should I write it, but then again we have to fight it. We need solutions and not the pollution of band-aids just stuck on. It has to stop. So be a man and cop the fuck on.